Dub in the mix. Ooh. Dub in the mix. Ooh.
Anything.
All right, now we live. Now we getting live.
All right.
My fault. Technical issues. But welcome to For the Sports with Scott P. And we're doing another edition of More Than the Price of Admission. Got a very special guest in here with me, a member of the 2000 Club and counting, over 30 touchdowns. Got the single game rushing record in Gaston County. I got Mr. Tyson Riley from Southport. How you doing tonight, Tyson?
I'm doing good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I appreciate you for coming on, man. I really do. So let's go ahead and get started.
Sir.
So are you originally from North Carolina?
No, sir. I'm not originally from North Carolina. I'm originally from Kentucky, and my father's military. And we've lived in California for about 4 years. And then we moved to Florida, and we stayed there for about 3 years, and then we PCS'd up to North Carolina.
Cool. So, well, do you know what age, or do you remember what age that you started playing football, playing sports, period?
The farthest I can remember was about 3 or 4 years old. I mean, my dad was a coach for the high school, so I was always involved with sports and always around sports. And he was a coach of many talents, so he could coach football, wrestling, soccer. He was an all-around athletic coach. So any sport you name it, he had the talent and enough knowledge to teach it.
So what was the first one that you gravitated towards?
The first one I gravitated towards was wrestling, and that's where I got my athleticism from, like my integrity to win, my perseverance, to keep battling through tough times, and to make sure, to have one goal in mind. My one goal in mind was to win and keep pushing forward.
I love it. You spoke of your dad being in the military. Can you kind of tell me, and he also played collegiate ball, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, sir, he did.
Where did he play?
He played the running back position too, sir.
University of Arkansas?
University of Arkansas and University of Murray State.
Okay. So can you kind of tell me how just having that background of the military and also having the experience of your father playing at the collegiate level, how it's kind of benefited you?
How this benefited me because my dad, the way he grew up wasn't the best. He was the youngest, but he was the one who had the most responsibility. He was taking care of his brothers and sisters, even though he was the youngest. And he taught me to be the best I can be, and push through. And he was really it just gave me like a lot to look up to, and push forward to, and I wanted to reach where he's at and as far as he got, and even surpass him. So
that's great. So you said you started out with wrestling. Can you kind of tell me how wrestling's kind of benefited you in football?
Yes, sir. Wrestling has helped me because you have to have balance, strength, and you also have to know, like, what else? Balance, strength, and really that's pretty much it. Balance and strength and speed.
And you got to have the will to win, because
the will to win. The will to win, especially because
wrestling is a totally different beast.
It's a sport that can't be played by all people.
Yeah, that's true.
You got it or you don't.
Because I wrestled in middle school and I hated it. But I enjoyed what I learned from it. Like you said, man, it teaches you a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to technique and everything. Because you got to be very detailed too. Because one false move and it could be over for you in wrestling.
Yeah,
it could be over for you in wrestling. So you have a great offensive lineman, and I think they call him Big Sullivan, but his name is Sullivan Ashbury, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you kind of tell me what's the how is it an advantage for you? Because a lot of your runs are up the middle. Your big runs, like they're up the middle. So can you kind of tell me how that's been a big advantage for you?
Running behind Big Sully, he's 6'8", I'm 5'7". I mean, when I'm running behind him, a lot of people can't see me. They just see a big, huge dude running in and finna get hit. And so having him is definitely a big advantage because I get to hide behind him and see that gap, and I can explode through that gap, and I can run. I have the speed to get through there and break a big run.
Yeah, that's one thing I definitely noticed because once you get to that second level, it's like you just pop out and you going, you know, you
Yes,
pop
sir.
out, you going, or you break it through a tackle. So that's one thing
Mm-hmm.
I definitely noticed. How would you describe your game in one word, or just describe yourself, your game or yourself?
I would describe myself as in tenacity. I'm very tenacious. I'm very humble, and I feel like I'm like when I'm willing to do whatever I got to do to win, and legally. But I'm willing to like put the team on my back. If we got a first down, I'm getting that first down. If I'm fighting for 3 yards, I'm fighting for 3 yards. Even if it's 3rd and 10, I'm gonna get that 10 because I don't like losing. My team doesn't like losing, and we got one goal in mind, and we want to win, and we want to make it to the next round. And every week we go in as going 0-0, and we want to be 1-0 every week.
Most
And
definitely,
so that's what our goal. And we got that one goal in common, and we all want to reach that goal. 1-0 every week.
most definitely, most definitely. Give me some of your pregame rituals.
Some of my pregame rituals. That's a good question. One of them is I pray. I pray before every game. I pray for my safety, my teammate safety out there on the field. I pray for the other team because Lord knows that He doesn't want nobody to get hurt out there. And I pray for my family. I pray for my brother. I also listen to music before games. One of my favorite songs to listen to is I listen to old school music. So like
Your
I listen
old
to some
soul.
KRS-One, some Project Pat.
And nothing wrong with that.
So I've listened to Chicken Heads.
Yeah.
That one really get me hyped
Oh
for
man, that's what's
games.
up. That's what's up. What are some things that you enjoy to do in your free time?
I like to listen to music, hang out with friends, and spend time with family. Spending time with family is a very key thing, and because no matter what you go through, you're gonna have your family every day. You're gonna see them every day, and you're gonna have them. They're gonna be praying for you, even when you're down or when things are not like when you guys are not at the same level right now. And so them being at that same aspect, spending time with them is like really important to me because I know that they got my back and they're gonna they want to see me be successful, and that's why I take spending time with family very serious.
Very key. Very good foundation to stand on. Very good foundation to stand on. So what are some personal goals that you have set for yourself or you setting right now for yourself? What are some of your personal goals?
Right now, my personal goal is to strive for at least 130 yards against Forest View. Last game was a tough game, and we only averaged 107 yards as an offense, and that was with overtime. And in regulation, we only had about 98 yards. And knowing offense runs the triple option, the red bone, that is not good at all. And so, we usually strive for at least 400 total every game, and we try to get 100 yards from the quarterback, 100 yards from the fullback, 100 yards from our wing backs, and so that's what we try to do. And we go out there with that same mindset, and we push hard, and everybody's blocking. When I'm not getting the ball, I'm blocking for the quarterback or the wing. And when our wing is not having the ball, he's blocking for the quarterback or he's blocking for me.
I'm glad.
And the quarterback don't really block, but when he got to, he will.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to mention. I was going
Mhm.
to see how your mind was about them holding you to 79 yards last time that y'all played. So I see where your mind is at with that game and everything, and you're focused on it. So I'm ready to come see you in person, man, see what you do. Give me one of your favorite moments throughout your high school career.
My favorite moment through my high school career, first round of the playoffs. Didn't know I was 9 yards away from breaking the school record. Coach didn't know, and so when they were saying that I had 5 touchdowns, getting ready to break the record, and he didn't know. He was really mad that he didn't know himself. He said he would have let me broke the record if he knew. But beating the Gaston County record, I mean
Yeah,
that's a lot.
yeah,
372 yards. I mean 360 by Elijah Burris, I believe, from Mountain Island Charter.
Trotter, yeah, yeah. He's
I mean that's a lot to live up to and break that record.
speaking of him, he's doing pretty good for his freshman year at Hampton. I watched a couple of games and play. He's doing real good. Real impressed with him. Real impressed with him. Speaking of school, I know you're real big on education. Like that's like the main thing. When I've spoke to you, that's your main thing is education. So, given the opportunity to go to school, what are you looking to major in?
Um, I'm looking to major in physical therapy or strength and conditioning, and if not, I will be one of my others two would be business and finance.
Business and finance. Business. Definitely. Why physical therapy?
Sorry, I can hear you, sir.
I said why physical therapy?
Well, I want to even when I'm not playing football, if I can't play anymore, I want to be around with sports, and because sports is very entertaining, and I want to help the next generation of athletes become even better and strive to surpass what I have done and surpass the level of where I played, and so it would make me happy if I could stay in that sports area.
Okay, okay. Any particular schools or anything you just wherever? Because like, are you looking for a school that has a good therapist program, a physical therapist program, or just because as an athlete, you kind of when you're being recruited, you guys also want the school to be able to accommodate you too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked that question. If there's any particular school, or you just
Uh, well, the schools that I'm looking for, like, I want a school that wants me to be there, and I'm gonna be all in when I'm there. They wanted me to be there, and they spent their time recruiting me,
mm-hmm.
and that's where I'm gonna be. And I just want to be able to have my education paid for, and I want to try to get out of college debt free, because Lord knows a
That's
lot
the
of people are
thing.
not
That's the
going
big
to,
thing. Yeah.
and I just want to be the very lucky few that can get out of college debt free. And I want to be in an environment that wants me to be there, and the community that's really excited and they're all hyped about coming to football games. And because that
It makes
crowd
a
gets up there,
difference.
that atmosphere,
It
it's
makes a
like it's the
difference.
best thing ever, the
Yes,
best
sir.
thing ever.
Yes, sir. Um, you mentioned that you're 5'7". So far as your recruiting process, they big on this measurable things. It's all about measurables. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't. If you could play, you could play. You know what I'm saying? So, um, how has that criticism kind of? How have you built on that? How have you used that? Have you used that any way to fuel what you're doing now? Because you're having a great season.
Um, I mean, being 5'7", it does hurt my recruiting process, but on the field, it doesn't affect how I play. And coaches will question my durability because of how much I weigh. But I'm working hard. I'm putting on weight in the weight room. I'm hitting the weights. I'm looking to get better in this off season. I'm gonna be pushing the weights heavy and going into whatever squad I decide to go to. That's best fit for me and my family. That's where I'm gonna go to, and I'm gonna be pushing my weights, and and the way I played, I learned to play with to use my height to my advantage. A guy who's 6'1" can't slip and get as low as me,
It's true.
and no, he can't break as much tackles. He can't break as much tackles as I can, because you gotta have for him to break this much tackles. You gotta be really big and you gotta have a lot of power. For me, I can make people can come in with a lot of speed, but if they come up high, they're not gonna be able to tackle me because I'm gonna just break right through and I'm gonna expose every weakness they got when they come after me, and I'm gonna come after them with all I got.
Most definitely, most definitely. I just feel like that's something that I really don't get down with as far as the measurables things because it's this kid right now at Alabama A&M, same size as you, but except he 5'6", 165, running back. His name is Gary Coles. Kids, he's leading the conference in rushing. Like so, that's how I feel about the measurable things. It's like you have athletes that may not be 6'4", 6'5", 6'7", you know what I'm saying? But they can still compete with these guys, you know what I'm saying? Those are your pound for pound true athletes, So don't let that affect you in any kind of way. Just keep striving like you've been doing. I promise you the door is going to open up. Somebody's going to give you that opportunity. Can you a student of the game? You watch football, college football, NFL?
Yes, sir, I do.
Give me your perfect running back build.
My perfect running back build?
Yeah.
Oof. Okay. I want Christian McCaffrey's elusiveness. I'm taking prime Jamal Charles speed. I'm taking who else? What else? Derrick Henry's height and strength. I'm taking Alvin Kamara's hands. And taking what else? James Robinson's toughness. A lot of people don't know who James Robinson is. He had an amazing rookie career last year out of Jacksonville, Florida. And he's out there. He's on that watch list of becoming a breakout player.
Yeah, if my co-host was here, he would have loved to hear you say that, man. He would have. He's a big Jacksonville fan, man. He's big on James Robinson. He actually just got an autographed James Robinson jersey. So yeah, he's
crazy.
You were selected to play in the Queen City Senior Bowl and what is the Pardon Prep All American Bowl?
Yes, sir.
How did you feel in that moment when you either received that news or found out that you were selected to play in those games?
I mean, I was happy. My hard work was recognized by my superiors, and to be recognized as one of the best in the city of Charlotte was made me really happy because people don't really say this guy right here, this is the guy, that's the guy, that can't be the guy when they look at me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm the guy. Yeah. So I just like to make people eat their words.
I love it.
I like to make them wish they never said that because it's gonna make them feel real hush hush and quiet after the game, and I feel like they ain't got what I got. That's my juice.
Okay. Well, Tyson, I definitely appreciate you for coming on, man. I really, really do. Because as much as you say you appreciate me, I appreciate you and the other athletes that actually inbox me and talk to me. Because at some points I be just like, I wanted to give up on it, but for y'all to appreciate what I'm doing, I'm going to continue to do what I do. So it really means a lot to me. I definitely appreciate it. And anything you want to say before you go?
Yes, sir. I want to thank you. I really appreciate you, man. And not everybody gets the opportunity to come on your show, and that's the thing because a lot of kids have great talent, but they don't have the exposure. And you're helping those kids get that exposure that they need to be out there, and to get these coaches to come out there and talk to them because they like, I don't know this kid, but I keep up with this guy who talks about the best kid in the area,
right,
the best athletes in the area, and that really helps me out and helps the other kids that you help out. And I want to give a shout out to my little sister Taryn, and she's my number one fan, my number one supporter, and she's always telling me that you did a great job. She's the first one to come out to me and run up and hug me at the end of the game. And, I want to give a shout out to my mom and my dad. They're always here for me. They're out there helping me. My dad's always helping me to get better. My mom's pushing me academically to make the achievements that I need to be, and to keep me on the right path and on the right track. Because some of these athletes out here, they're not doing that, and that could really hurt their career. And they're just trying to make me be the best athlete and academic student I can be, so I can get my degree that I want. And to stay on that right path, it really helps me.
I love it, my guy. I love it, I got. But I definitely will be in the game Friday, man. I'm definitely hoping to see a good one. But this is For the Sports with Scott P, my man Tyson Riley. If you like what you see here, go ahead and hit that like button and share it to a friend, because the more we get this out here, the more exposure he gets. So thank you. Till next time.
We're going to have to get a picture after the game.
Got you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.